Hello, my name is Chloe Folden, and today's video is discussing the central vertical channel. So even though this would more be for people who are interested in the Rainbow Bridge techniques and also those practicing the Rainbow Bridge techniques, this video may be of general insight to people, anyone who's interested in the central vertical channel, what the central channel is. And that's what I would like to talk about today. So even if you're not doing Rainbow Bridge, please feel free to watch this video. You still might find it very insightful and interesting. On that note, over the last couple of months, I've been asked a lot of questions about the central channel, but in particular, what clogs and negatively impacts the central channel in the first place. Meaning what causes the general condition of the central channel before the central channel is worked on. So that's what I would like to discuss today. The part of the central channel that is targeted and worked with as part of Rainbow Bridge Phase 1 work is the part of the central channel that runs down through the middle center of the body from Soul Star chakra point. So your Soul Star chakra is approximately 6 inches above your own head. It then runs down through the middle of the body, just in front of the spine, exits out through the base of the body. And when you are standing or sitting in a Western seat, it continues down in between your legs, all the way down into the Earth Star chakra, 6 inches below your own feet. So the arms and legs are separate to the central vertical channel. And yes, of course, the thread within, the main portion of the thread within the central vertical channel does extend above the Soul Star and down lower than the Earth Star. But for today's video and explaining the questions that I've been receiving that are overlapping, with me giving out similar information or reiterating the same information, I'm going to be discussing the part of the central channel from Soul Star point down through the body to Earth Star point. The reason why in Rainbow Bridge technique work that is the main portion of the central channel that's worked with is because that's the part of the central channel that's in need of the deepest resolution and healing work. For proper clearing work to be undertaken, that part of the central channel needs to be clear and wide. So coming back to that, I get asked by a lot of people, well, Chloe, what impacts the central channel in the first place? Why are we not born with central channels in good condition? Because, by the way, nobody is. Nobody, and I'll explain why now. The first factor that creates a constriction of flow through the central channel and impacts a healthy width within the central channel is internal patterns. And you are born with internal patterns. You inherit them. You don't get a say in those patterns. Those patterns are dictated by your genetics, meaning internal patterns are inherited genetic memory, meaning where within the genetic memory of the tribe or tribes you are blood related to, you are inheriting wounded genetic memory. Some people would equate that to their ancestors, meaning where there are ancestral knots that need to be combed out, so to speak. But it's a little more complicated than that. It's not just your ancestors, it's your inherited bloodline or lines. So by virtue of unhealed records being carried by the biological race that you are connected to, there are unhealed karmic records being carried within your genetic memory. And those are your internal patterns. And that is the first factor that starts to constrict flow and impact negatively healthy width within the central vertical channel. So when you are born, the overlighting solar angel, meaning your higher self, links with you at the time of birth. And I'll explain more about that in another video, so please keep an eye on my YouTube channel for that particular video. But as that happens, it's over the next couple of months that the central channel starts to form after birth. And the condition of how it starts to form after birth is impacted by the internal patterns where there's unhealed genetic memory that you have automatically inherited. Nobody is born internally clear. It would be hoped that, down the line in human evolution, that would be the case. So we'd start to get to a point where people might be born with patches of clearness, but a lot more work needs to be done evolutionary-wise to reach that point. Coming back on that, so that's the first factor that starts to clog and restrict flow as the central channel forms after birth. As you then grow and mature, everything that happens to you, how you register the environment around you, how you register contact with others around you, how you interact with your environment and yourself, anytime something very stressful happens, either internally or externally, that stress, that churned physical, emotional, or mental energy, then not only gets filtered through your aura and chakras, but through your central channel as well. So, for instance, and I'm going to think of an example here. Let's just take someone where internally there's already a lot of constriction internally around the central channel, between the crown, third eye area, just this portion here. So let's just take someone where that's already very constricted. As they grow and mature, anytime they're getting stressed about the future, so something starts to happen that triggers them, getting very stressed about the future. Oh my goodness, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Trying to pre-plan 20 steps ahead, or trying to control the environment too much to try to prevent a certain outcome or something like that. In other words, a lot of overthinking over, should I do this and will I do that? And just a lot of concern over the future. Anytime, no matter what age, someone's triggered into getting very concerned about something to do with the future, that churned energy, emotional, mental churned energy, gets funneled through the central channel as well as the chakras and aura. And when there's already a calcification internally there, the other stressed energies getting channeled then add to that blockage. They add another layer to it. And then another layer keeps getting added. So the second main factor that continues to impede healthy energetic flow through the central vertical channel is events that happen to you within this lifetime, where it's very stressful, and that stressed energy then adds another layer of constriction or calcification to the central vertical channel. So just to recap on that, those are the two main factors, generally speaking, that cause someone's central channel to not be in the best condition. So internal patterning, and then stressful events you live through within this lifetime. One way to very healthily and safely correct that issue is through phase 1 of the Rainbow Bridge techniques. And for people that don't know, the late Josephine and Norman Stevens, the creators of this technique, started experimenting with this technique back in the 1960s, and they set up many private prototype groups before publicly releasing just phase 1 of the Rainbow Bridge techniques in the 1970s. And the phase 1 Rainbow Bridge techniques were successfully and healthily and methodically clearing and widening the central channel, have been in international and global circulation ever since. So they are highly successful techniques where the late creators put a lot of time and energy into making sure these techniques would be flawless for anyone that utilized them. So I just like to highlight that so people understand how long this technique has been in successful circulation. The time, energy, and effort that went into responsibly creating this technique. I like to highlight that for people. The Rainbow Bridge phase 1 techniques are aimed at clearing and widening the central vertical channel. So if you are interested in the Rainbow Bridge techniques, and I just want to bring up my screen share, 2 moments, please. This is my website, www.chloefolan.com. This is on the blog portion of my website because I have quite a lot on my website. I will be facilitating an online group Rainbow Bridge workshop in March 2022, which is next year. And the reason why I'm giving a lot of notice is so if you are interested, there's plenty of notice for the time and date if you would like to join, and you're most welcome to do so. So it will be online via Zoom, and I will be breaking up my phase 1 class over 2 split classes, meaning I'll be teaching everything related to phase 1A of the techniques on March the 12th, 2022. And I give the time and date, and Zoom links are prepared for those that would like to join the event. I'll be teaching everything related to phase 1A of the techniques with the March half-day workshop, which will be approximately 3 hours online. And then I'll be teaching the second half of the class, the phase 1B portion of the phase 1 techniques, as well as everything related to phase 1B and the daily centering aligning technique on June the 11th, 2022. And that will be approximately a 3-hour workshop as well. So details for joining this workshop are on my website, but please do feel free to contact me with further queries on my website, www.chloefolan.com. What I would also like to bring people's awareness to is there are people who have directly and professionally trained with me for facilitating phase 1 Rainbow Bridge workshops. So I do have a professional certified facilitators training course for those that wish to professionally train in the phase 1 Rainbow Bridge techniques to be able to provide very high frequency, very high caliber and proper phase 1 technique workshops. So just to cover that, I just want to share a different part of my screen. This logo here, phase 1 Rainbow Bridge technique workshop. This is a copyright protected logo. And this is the logo that only teachers who've trained with me utilize. Meaning if you are seeking a phase 1 Rainbow Bridge teacher, where you're guaranteed that you are going to be trained by a teacher who has trained through professional, competent official channels, this is the logo. So phase 1 Rainbow Bridge technique workshop. This is the logo used by teachers who have professionally trained with me. And all teachers who have trained with me are very professional, very approachable, and you are going to be guaranteed that you will receive a proper Phase 1 Rainbow Bridge workshop with a recognized teacher. On that as well, anytime someone does complete their training with me properly, it is announced on my website with links to be able to contact that particular teacher. So I just want to share my screen again here, 2 moments, please. On the blog section of my website, I always announce who has officially completed their Phase 1 Rainbow Bridge training to facilitate Rainbow Bridge Phase 1 workshops. So if you scroll down through the blog section of my website, you'll see here where congratulations are announced with links back to those teachers for how to contact them. That's on the blog section of my website as well. And I'm very pleased that these workshops are becoming international, and I do have very gifted bilingual people training with me as well. So the workshops will be available in other languages, which is very exciting. So as you can see here, I'm just giving an example of where on my website you can find information on teachers that have trained with me. So you'll be guaranteed to get a proper Phase 1 workshop and training. And I believe there was another announcement here for teachers in Ireland, although all of my teachers, as far as I'm aware, do provide workshops internationally, meaning you can have an online workshop with them, despite what location they may be in, with links back to their profiles. So like that, I will have a group online workshop available in March and going into June. But if you would like to maybe have a workshop sooner, please do feel free to contact one of my official teachers, and you can contact me as well to inquire. I'm quite happy to pass on my teacher's details to you if you would like to contact them and see if maybe they are available earlier than March 2022. But if you would like to join me personally, that'll be fabulous. I'd love to hear from you. On that note, as I've been saying, please feel free to contact me with any further queries about the central vertical channel if you have any, or feel free to contact me with any queries about any of my own upcoming Rainbow Bridge workshops, or feel free to contact me if you would like the details of one of my other teachers who may be available a bit sooner than myself for a workshop, for a Phase 1 workshop. On that note, blessings to you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it insightful and of benefit. Blessings to you.